What's up, everybody? Brian with Living GP and Adventuring. Today's a little bit different. I'm actually going to be doing a little bit of work on the Gladiator. I got some new lights. Got some new lights from SUPAREE. I've worked with this company before. I have seen a lot of negative comments on these, not these lights, but lights in general from this company. But I've had nothing but awesome luck out of them. I've got their lights all over my Gladiator, and they're super bright, and they've lasted for over a year now with constant use. So these are the new ones they sent me. So let's open these bad boys and see what they look like. They're the Hyper 5s, like one of the newest ones out, I guess. Supposed to be some pretty awesome lights, though. So right off the bat, I can tell you I really like the packaging. And it's got the amber lenses and the blackout lenses that come with them. So that's pretty neat. Got all the wiring and everything you're gonna need. And here we go. This is what I'm looking for. This light right here. Check that out. Man, that's a big old pod light. Yeah, got all both lights in there. Comes in a set. All the hardware you need. And the brackets to mount them. I am going to use these brackets, but I did get a set of JT pillar light brackets that I'm going to mount these to. So hopefully it's going to be pretty clean. But let's head outside. That's where the Gladiator is, because the garage is kind of stuffed full of Jeep Liberty parts still. So let's run outside, install these lights. Alright, so one of the first things you're going to want to do is make sure you find the tools you need. In this case, I'm using a T40 Torx bit, and I know I'm going to need a 14mm wrench to tighten down this other bracket. So easiest way, I think, to do these is go ahead and grab your bracket, your cowl bracket, and your light bracket, and go ahead and bolt those two together. You'll see why it's easier here in just a second. You don't have to make it tight, but go ahead and, put it together. All right, now we can take these cowl bolts out. 1, 2. We can install the bracket. Tighten them back down. Okay. Now the reason I said you might want to do this beforehand, put this bracket on, because you have very limited space under here. So if this is already where you want it, all you have to do is position it, where you want it, roughly in the area you want it. And I'm sure you'll fine tune it, and then you just gotta tighten it up. Which I'm gonna leave mine a little bit loose for now, just so I can still move it around. Now we'll get the light. Alright, so these lights, there's 2 bolts per side. They're just little Allen wrenches. So you want to position your light in there. And each one of these bolts is going to have a lock washer and a flat washer. These guys are kind of small too. That's another reason to leave it loose, so you can move it and put it where you need it. So you can install all your bolts. These are kind of nice too, because they've got like a pivoting bolt and then a locking bolt for that pivot. So it'll kind of move how you want it to. So that's pretty nice. I'm kind of excited about these lights. I've been wanting to put them on. I just really ain't had the time. Pretty excited I get to today. I cannot thank this company enough for sending me the lights they send me. I do like to go camping, and these lights really come in handy. Alright. There we go. Alright, and that's all there is to it. Now we'll do the same for the other side. And then we'll have to run this wire, which shouldn't be too bad either. I think I'm going to go ahead and take this cowl panel off. Because I want to run mine under there. Okay. Well, it's actually going to involve taking both back off, but that's all right. You don't have to run it the way I'm going to run it. That's just the way I like doing it. I like to have like it to be pretty clean as far as wiring goes. So we'll take this one off. All right. Now kind of ease this back down into place. It's going to be a little bit tricky just because of how I want to run the wire, but it shouldn't be too bad as long as it wants to cooperate with me. There we go. In place. That's ran how I want it. Now we can put the bolts back in. Okay. Put your side bolts back in it. Alright, now we can raise the hood, finish running the wiring. Alright, so as far as the wiring, it is very, very simple. You've got your main harness here, and it's got your two leads. Each one of these leads goes to one of the pods. So let's go ahead and put those up. Get this phone out of the way here. Put that back here in a second. Hook these bad boys up. That's one. We'll go to the other side and do the other one. Way. All right, and sit back in there. We can move the wiring however we see fit here. There we go. That'll work just nicely. Stick this one back on over here. I do have to figure out what I'm going to do with the remainder of the wiring. I don't know yet. I'll probably run it across the top there, like so for now. And then we've got to hook this into my box here. Ouch. Come out of there. Alright. Let's figure out what amperage we need, so I can figure out which switch to put it on. Let's see what amp fuse it's got in it. So it's got a 30 amp. So that'll work. I'll put it into my 30 amp spot. Alright, so all I'm going to do is take off this ground here. It does have a couple other things on it. We're going to take this off. Hook my ground up to the same ground that my other lights are on. Okay. Those are there. That's gonna go there. This one is gonna go here. We'll be in, whoa, how long is that? We'll be in good shape. Nice and tight. I do have to clip off the end here. Usually try and clip off enough to where I can reuse it if I have to. So, take that off. Now I need to open up that. Insert there. All right. And now they should work. All right. Let's lower the hood down real fast. Turn the key on, see what we got. All right, so hood's down. Turn the key on. I turned on the right switch. Here we go. Ooh wee. Man, them things are bright. Holy smokes. And that's with the amber lens on. Take that lens off. Now turn it on. Yeah. Man, that is, wow, how bright that is. There you have it. It's pretty cool. So if you don't have a pod, see now I can have I've got a light pod inside, like a switch pod. But if you don't, you can use the switch that it came with. But if I go in and turn mine off, the lights shut off. I've also got it on the switch, so as soon as I turn the vehicle off, they shut off. Well guys, that's that. Like I said, these lights are super easy to install, super bright. I don't think you'll be disappointed. So go visit the SUPAREE website, check it out. Go down to the description. I'll leave a link down there. You'll get a little bit of money off. I'd appreciate it if you use it. As always, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Keep watching. There's going to be a lot of cool stuff going on with this Gladiator, a lot of cool adventures. Thanks again, SUPAREE, for the lights, and see y'all next time.